Oh, hello everybody. Cool. Okay, mic's working, everything's working. I haven't really had chance to prep for this. I just thought, well, we're getting some price action. Now would be a good time to cover it. So we will have a look at the big old dump we're getting now on Bitcoin. Let's just open this up and we can take a little look. This was kind of the plan. It's been a lot more aggressive than I thought. So my plan's kind of changed up now. We saw a little bounce off of the daily level. I got into a long off of there. Um, but at this point, just, yeah, waiting to see what happens with this. I'm still holding short, but I'm looking to scale into a long at this point. So my initial plan of like scalping each level on the way down has changed because this is slightly more, like I say, slightly more aggressive than you would want to see. I am quite an aggressive trader, but this is a bit more aggressive than what you would want to see at this point. So I thought, well, yeah, let's just do a stream because I'm going to let this settle before I do go into any big trades off of this. We're going to come down and hit our weekly open now, so we will watch that. Let's see if we do come down and get that weekly open, and that again, possibly again for me, another level to take a trade off of. I will watch that. I need to make sure my exchange is open. This is only showing, yeah, cool. This is only showing one screen, so I can. Good. Okay. So, let me just make sure I'm all set up. So if I do need to take any trades, I can do that whilst I'm on the stream because weekly open would be quite a nice one to get a long off of. If we do see the reaction, let me just minimize this. Let me set an alert. So then I hear it ping and then we can watch the order flow when that happens. Because again, trying to do this all on one screen is tricky. So let's bring this one up. Let's have a look at the, oh, there we go. Cool, there it is. All right, scalp long. Let's see how it goes. Well, there we go. Just managed to get that in time. Now let's watch the order flow. I think this is weekly open. This is going to be pretty decent. 5 minute chart, 5 minute chart, reload. What's it looking like? What do we have down there? 5 million selling at the lows. Okay. Oh, open interest. Nice. Delta. Decent. Not that decent. I need to look at this in a shorter time frame. I need my other windows open. I've got AgriTrade there. I've got Trading Light over here somewhere. Jeez, this is so confusing to be able to try and trade from. That's a lot of long stopped out. Okay, cool. A lot of shorts closing out as well here. So we're seeing quite a lot of shorts closing out. Let's see if we can start to get a bit of buying coming in. Again, I'm going to keep it on this view. It's not the most detailed view. I can bring back on the DOM and we can have a look at that because I don't have the DOM on this window anymore. No, the DOM's over there on the screen over there. Oh man. Okay. I have taken another scalp long off of the weekly open. This is so aggressive. It's such a risky play. See how we get on. Anyway, sorry, I have completely missed saying hello to everyone in the chat. So welcome everybody. I'm going to continue watching this because I am Yeah, also, apologies, lag. Yeah, there's going to be like a 30-second lag off of here. Maybe this would have been better just doing as a trading room on Zoom or something. But hey, we're on YouTube, and yeah, you'll have to excuse the lag. I am trading like fast price action, and by the time that I've probably got in and out of trades, by the time it actually goes onto YouTube, then yeah, you kind of missed everything. All right. Let me have a look. So yeah, sorry, everyone smash the likes. Let's get it up to 50 likes. Whilst I watch what's going on here. Oh, come on, let's get a reaction off of this. Where are we on the actual chart? I mean, we've literally just hit it. I'd, yeah, okay, cool. Let's that was such a poor reaction. No, we're gonna go down again. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna close that. Maybe. I'm just gonna place a stop loss. We'll be okay. All right, levels to the downside. That was probably my limit order that caused it to bounce. And just no one else has wanted to buy this. I'm the only one crazy enough to scalp these levels during such an aggressive downtrend. Jeez. All right, we are going to go lower. Ideally, I think I'd quite like this now. So the weekly opens out, so that's pathetic. That's not even, yeah, that was awful. We'll see if it can just hold. But if we are looking lower, I'm looking down towards this daily to take out the Monday lows, take out the weekly lows. And we'll see if that does help us out a little bit. I mean, it's still hanging on in there, isn't it? Oh man, too many screens. That's a bit better. Okay, you've had one person step in to buy. Come on, come on, come on. We're a monthly view up. Yes, we are. We are. Only bullish thing is those buy walls below. Yeah, okay, I've got oh man, let me see how I can do this. Let me make this smaller so I can still see everyone's comments. And let me just bring this down onto here. Can I drop this in here? Oh my, no, that's made everything a mess. Oh dear. That's made everything a mess. Ah, no. All right. Anyway, I'm also looking at this. Okay, this is just awful. I need to go back to the web version for streaming, I think. I can't. It doesn't work. Yeah, we've got these big sell walls above us as well here. So this is what's holding price down at the moment. This is on FTX. Binance, I mean, you're coming into support. So you're coming into support here, but that's kind of significant. We'll see what happens here. Often when you do see this, and if FTX start getting aggressive and they start putting these walls up either above or below price, it's not what I find more often with FTX is they're holding this down and then they'll release it and it will start to go the other way, which is what we saw here. So they do often release these sell walls at some point when it starts to get close to them, and it's the same as when they put buy walls up. Like here, they put the buy wall up, they release it, and then you come down. So they may be filling long positions around this area. We are at the weekly open. It is a significant level. So yeah, we will look at, we'll see what happens here. But it's still quite aggressive to the downside, the wall we've got at the moment. Let me try and sort out this screen. So, I mean, let me lose that. Now I've lost everything. Let me go. Do I have a... Okay, I've got a footprint chart there. Oh, that's in silico. I don't need that on. There we are into our NPOC. Oh, this is so annoying. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Okay, back onto web momentarily. That's better. Cool. All this is open. This is all working. Shorts are opening on FTX as well. Yeah. Um, what do you think about the 40.9 level at zero point 0.3 below the wicks? 40.9. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, 40.9. You'd be taking out those lows. If we were to take out these lows at 40.9, I'd probably be looking a little bit deeper, like 40,600, 40,500. I do think at that point you're going to be quite aggressive and you're not just going to take that out by like a dollar or two. I think you'll probably take that out and it will be more like a little capitulation lower and then we can reverse it there. So, yeah, I absolutely, you're taking out some lows. You're hitting into an area of liquidity on there. So yeah, 40.9 would be reasonable. Where we are right now, yeah, as people have mentioned, we're at that monthly VWAP. We are at the weekly open. It's nice that the timing of this comes together. We're into an area of, again, an area of volume on the charts. So if we do go over here and we just, let's just go back. If we merge all of this, where's that giving us as well for the POC here? So we're hitting a decent region of volume around this zone anyway. So there is a potential for this to hold as some support here. It's really not looking strong right now, but we are starting to get some buying coming in at this stage. So Why do you have a daily at 42,575? Because there is a daily at 42,575. It's not 42,575, it's 42,535. That's what it is. This was the untapped daily. Okay, so we do have this as a daily level. I know it's not the pivot low. The pivot low is on this one down here. That's our weekly open. Is the pivot low. That is another daily level, but it's just weekly open. Right, but this being the closest level that we had not tested on the charts. So that was an area to take a scalp long. I did take a little scalp long off of that. And then this is the next level down of interest to me. If we do come down lower, then we do have the level down here. So yeah, level to level, see how things go. At the moment, I'm just about surviving on that. I just about survived that scalp, so that's okay. We are getting a bit of a reaction off of that. I will be taking profit on that. Be nice to change market structure. We haven't yet seen a change of market structure. So if we do take out these highs, I mean, even just locally, there's a good little take profit level. FTX have released a sell, yeah. So this is a similar thing to what we saw back here, okay? So we might just, it wouldn't surprise me if you just see, yeah, what do? They release it, you have a move up, and then it comes back down again to take out the lows down here, so. Big gap up on SPX. Okay, let me have a look at that. Big gap up? What do you mean? I was just like, what? How could we have gapped up? No, we haven't gapped up on SPX. We've gapped down. Yeah, that, don't confuse me, guys. So we do have, move this over. We have gapped down on the SPX. Futures, I mean, not doing much. Bitcoin being weaker. At the moment, I think if we're looking at SPX, we're probably looking for these lows to get taken. You could be looking down here at the moment, so like 4,400 on the SPX would be nice. Then you've got a gap fill, like the fill in that lower gap and then move higher. So I think, yeah, I don't think we're done with the selling today, because this is going to get filled in at some point. Because Bitcoin's reacted a lot worse today. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I know you probably meant there's a gap above. Yeah, I know. I just had gap up. I was like, what? Surely not. I saw someone a minute ago mention an ABCD. I mean, this has gone way too deep for that. If we were looking at the ABCD, this came up to the 1.76. So you'd be looking, like, realistically, that's about as deep as you would have wanted it to go. If you're looking at what the reciprocal would be from the 1.786, close enough, which is where we got to. I mean, right now, we're like down at the 1.886. That's way too deep. For me, for an ABCD correction to be looking at that. You're looking at that's kind of double, so Let me get my exchange open again so I can get ready to take profit. Do that on here. There we go. Cool. Okay. Bart Goosens, what would be the take profit? Like at this stage, if we just take out this high, I'm looking to take profit. In fact, like if you're long already, we're in a downtrend. If you're scalping against the trend, just get yourself paid because there's absolutely no guarantee that we're going to come and change market structure here. Like if you're in profit, just take it because this is looks so bad, and I do think we're probably going to see another move down, just from what SPX is doing and everything here. So if you are in a long that's in profit right now, it's yeah, non-financial advice, but pay yourself. Sarah H. Luke, I have a green box on at 40,500 on my chart with text buy the fucking dip. Is it still a good level for a swing and alt entries? I would say so, yes. I think that's the level that I've been looking at for weeks now. The issue with it is it's like part way within here. So you've got a massive area. Now for me, I'm looking, if price comes into this region, you've got to be looking at that as an opportunity. But like we could wick all the way down to the monthly open or something at that point. It's going to get like, to get down there, you're going to have like huge aggression on selling. So that's a region, but I mean the region goes down all the way down like another 2 grand lower. So it's a tough one. But I do like that area, and I just get the feeling that, I mean, this has probably changed quite significantly. Mm. Yeah, it's a kind of see what happens when we get there kind of thing, I think, on this. Um, because this was what I was looking for back here when we were, before we put in this little lower high. Um, Again, if we're looking at this as a fractal on a higher time frame of what we've had on the lower time frames, with range, dip, come up to make a lower high, and then an aggressive move down. So if you're going to look at this small range here, down we come again. I need a haircut. This is this. See myself in the camera. I need a haircut so badly. Ah, down we go. Anyway, yeah, if you were to look at this whole region basically here as being almost similar to what this little region here is doing, you could look at this as being, yeah, looking for a larger move down off of this, possibly. Um, because of the lag, every time I say it's like it's going down or something, it's probably already reversed by the time everyone else is watching on their charts. What? These lines are so weird. Do they actually give you alerts? Cool. Um, Just watch AgriTrade for a minute. I'm going to try and load up, back up my XO to make sense again. Okay. There we go. So we do have CVD divergence against these lows now. So we'll see if this can hold. We'd be looking down towards... Yeah, we do have CVD divergence against 41,810. There we go. If we pull this back... Okay. Really? Where's my chart gone? Damn it. Eric, no ramen for me today again. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's been a crazy few days of trading. Quite difficult conditions. It's been good fun, but yeah. Googleplex, love your timing on stream. Planning to do this every day. I hope so. I think I quite like the idea of doing these New York Open streams. The thing is, I won't be able to do them every day because we do the trading rooms, which means that I can't do those as public streams. So we do the trading rooms during the New York Open. It's once a week, but quite often more, more than that. So I usually, yeah, sometimes I'll do it as a public stream. Sometimes I'll do it as a crew call or trading room for the New York Open. But we definitely, yeah, I do like. This is the time in which I trade most actively. So I do trade the New York session, the first few hours of the New York session, very actively. So I'm always around at this time, but yeah, more so it's more like for the crew rather than it being public. I need to try and reload EXO again. There you go. So these are the lows we're looking at, aren't we? We're looking all the way down here, and we've got CVD divergence against those lows. So we can see this without even needing to pull up a CVD. This is the really cool thing about the new EXO, the EXO desktop. So you can see what the larger traders are doing in comparison to the smaller traders. And the larger traders right now are still selling this very aggressively. So we do have to be aware of that. But we do have quite heavy divergence down here. We are starting to build open interest at these lows. And if we... That's in short positions. So we are getting a big increase in short positions. And it does seem like the little minnows, the little traders, the little guys are starting to short this. So, if the little guys are starting to short this, then that could be a good potential place for a reversal. Because you don't want to be trading with the little guys, you want to be trading with the big guys. The people who have the big money. Can't even see the trade size things. Yeah. Bybit ape short button. Yes, they did. So Bybit did sell this heavy. Yeah. Van, yes, the big guys are also shorting, but the little guys are starting to short with them now. That's what I mean. Like at the moment, you're still having heavy seller aggression on all sides. When this starts to let off a little bit, I'm just looking at this CVD. I'm looking at what we're getting down at the lows here, and I'm looking at to see if we have any imbalances. So let's pull this back onto a 5-minute chart. I mean, I can't show everything I would normally be looking at this point. Let's turn it into a delta profile. There's so many shorts opening down here. So many shorts opening. Uh, Trudeau view. Why do you prefer Bybit and FTX BTC perp charts over Binance perp charts, given the volume on Binance futures is the highest of all? The reason I do not look at Binance futures very often is because they do nothing but buy. They just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy all the time. They never stop buying the dip. And that's just something that's really weird with Binance. Like traders on Binance don't know how to sell. They just literally buy everything and get wrecked all the time. So I don't find the order flow on there to be that interesting. There are little occasions when it becomes worth looking at. Like if they do start to show some kind of different behavior, then I will look to what Binance is doing. But in general, I mean, yeah, Binance just buy. They buy Nance. But then they could say the same about Bybit. But yeah, that's why. That's why. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show you what I mean because I bet they're buying this dip like now, massively. Gap on SPX hasn't filled yet. That's all the way down here. We'll see if it can come into this wick. So we'll set a couple of alerts here. And we'll do this. So we're going to move down until Binance fills this. Until, seriously, until SPX fills this. Then we'll bounce. Don't worry, we'll bounce. If the SPX comes down here, everything's going to bounce. We're just correlated with it. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. I buy on Binance Futures, lol facepalm. Yeah, look, I'll show you. Okay, so what we have here is like heavy, 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 heavy negative delta. If I change this, I can't change it over onto Binance. Let me go onto web, and I'll show you. So if I go back onto web, oh, here, and let's look at the 30-minute time frame, because at the moment we're still going to keep dumping. There's not much else to talk about. We are dumping. We will continue to dump for a little bit longer. FTX, okay. Heavy, heavy negative delta coming down here. Selling aggressively. Bybit. Heavy, heavy, heavy negative delta. Selling aggressively. I haven't looked at this. I bet Binance is a little bit different. Okay, heavy-ish negative delta. Okay, we'll give them that. They are selling this. But we're looking at... -10, -17. You're looking at the Binance delta is around like -10, whereas if you're looking on Bybit and FTX, we're looking at around -30, which is probably a bit more accurate as to what's going on, -20, -30. So the other thing that you always have, like when you're looking at an FTX, I mean, there's not a lot going on here. You go onto Binance, and I mean, it's just literally buy walls all the time. That's all they do. They just buy everything. Buy, 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 all the way down. All the way down. They were buying this. They were buying all of this. They were buying all of this. They're buying all of this. They have not stopped buying this dip. They were buying all of this. They were buying all of this. They were buying up at the highs. They were buying back here. And they very rarely sell. They sold it here. That's it. Didn't really do anything here. Didn't really do anything here. Didn't really do anything here. They just buy and buy and buy. All the time. They bought this. I mean, that worked out for them okay. But yeah. But yeah. Binance, man. Now FTX are maybe starting to buy. Maybe. Whoops. What? I just drank too much water. Just took way too much of a mouthful of water then. Also, I need to be checking on my phone because I need to go out at some point fairly soon. Basketball's 100k now. I don't know. Yeah, let's run it all the way back to 100k. Let's do that. That would be lovely. I do think when we find a low here or something. No, I'm not even. Why am I even commenting on that? Why? I know we're joking. I know he's joking, but I'm still trying to comment on it. Johnny M, cool, decent CVD ball divergence. If we can pivot here, yes, yes, indeed. Pop, will you go outside of the house? Why are you asking me that? Are you trying to rob me or something? I will. I am going out later. Yes. Please don't come to my house. Gregu, do you ever look? Oh, hey, hi, Gregu. Do you ever look at spot data along with futures data? Yes, I do. So I look at it often on AgriTrade. So I always like to see what spot's doing in comparison to what perps are doing. I don't really tend to look at the order flow on spot so much. I mean, you can load it up on here. You can load OKX spot, I think. But that's it. and you can look at here to see what Bitfinex are doing, which is always interesting to see where Bitfinex spot are buying and selling. And also, where's Coinbase gone? There is no Coinbase. Coinbase spot. BTC. So see if Coinbase have anything going on. But it for me, it's not that really generally that useful. Like you look at this, maybe on the higher time frames, but spot traders aren't really traders. So not traders in the way that we are that trade futures contracts, because you need the movement and you don't really get that so much on spot. So yeah, the spot exchanges, I don't really think they're traders so much. But it's interesting that they are starting to get active around here. Like you actually look in and that suddenly has appeared within the last 4 hours. This has suddenly all appeared within the last 4 hours. So maybe there's a bit of dip buying going on Coinbase. That certainly looks kind of interesting to me. Jeez, the CVD is so low. Crazy. So people are saying SPX is close to filling the gap. Let's go back and have a look. I'm going to open up another window on TradingView so I don't have to keep on just going between everything. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so close. So close. Yeah, so you're basically there. Like you've had a pretty much acceptable partial gap fill on this now. I notice people are looking at the website. Thank you everyone who like that's. I keep getting these alerts saying that people are looking at the website. If you would like to, yeah, here's our website. As people are looking at it, it's flashing down here. Look, flash, 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 flash. TaurusCrypto.com. So if you are, let me just go to the homepage. Here we go. So yeah, if you haven't kind of watched any of these videos before or the stream before, and if you're new here, please do go and check out TaurusCrypto.com. There's lots of information about our community. We do have a free Discord. We do have a free section within our Discord that's just like a public section. We also have the Taurus Crew, which is where we do all of our trading rooms, where we that's where I'm most active. That's where like we have coaches in there that do all of the like TA and all of that kind of stuff as well. And we also do offer mentoring, although that's kind of full right now. So yeah. Also, if anyone would like to get off of buy the every dip Binance, because buy every dip Binance are useless, you can take advantage of our 10% off of taker fees on Bybit. So we have a big old banner up at the top here, or you can scroll down and you can see Bybit, the best cryptocurrency exchange for futures and spot trading, which it is. It is the best exchange, and it is the exchange that I trade on. You get 10% off your taker fees and up to, this actually says 3,500 in bonuses. The actual thing is 4,100 in bonuses, but I mean, you'd have to deposit like 10 Bitcoin or something stupid to get that full bonus. So yeah, do check that out. You can click through there and you can set up an account on Bybit, because they're taking over everything right now, and they are the best exchange out there. Some news tells that Russia is firing to Ukraine, making the markets dump. It's just a military exercise though again, isn't it? That's all it's going to be. I mean, you got like, oh, troops are at the border. Oh, troops are withdrawing from the border. Oh, troops are at the border. No. They've been doing military exercises there like all week. It's a show of force. I mean, it's not because of Russia that we're dumping. It's because there's a gap to fill on the SPX, and if they want to accelerate that, then they'll release some stupid news. I just, oh, Russia stuff is just so annoying. Like the Western media are like worse than Putin. Putin's pretty bad, but Western media, man, it's they just make a mountain out of a molehill. Anyway, uh, I'll eat my words if it does turn out that people are getting bombed, and I am obviously the whole situation in Ukraine is awful as well. But news is just I just hate news in general. So yeah, everyone gets so rattled by the news, and there's no reason for it. You just trade the chart. Again, we're seeing that again, aren't we? We're seeing like, okay, if there's bad news being released, it's accelerated what was likely to happen anyway. It's an accelerant. Um, but this is a reaction now or a small retrace. Um, I mean, it is a reaction. You've seen how SPX has come down to almost fill that gap here. So we have had that bounce basically off of the wick. It'll be interesting to see where futures were. Was that lining up with this? So if that's lining up with this high, it is. Okay. So the futures have kind of filled everything that they need to do. So the whole inefficiency that's there is done on futures. If we look on ES, we're going to have something very similar. Okay, there's your daily level, and here is the low on the ES. If we're looking on the NASDAQ, that's taken out the lows. You've still got a gap down here on the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones has filled the gap. So this has been mainly the Dow Jones that's had this more major pullback. NASDAQ's kind of holding up okay. SPX is like in the middle of the two. So yeah, you've had a partial gap fill on this. It's pretty reasonable. You'd expect a bounce for this, and then we've got a gap above. So I've also just had the Coinbase price alert saying that Bitcoin is down 5.23% in the last 20 hours. Usually, when you get those price alerts, it means the low is near. For some reason, Coinbase always seem to alert you after everything has happened. They're like, oh my god, Bitcoin's down so much. And then that ends up being the low. I still think we can go a little bit lower. Let's have a more closer look at the divergence here. So this is on FTX. So between, let me take the VWAP off. Actually, I'm not going to do this because this is missing a load of data. Let's just look on Bybit. Clean this up a little bit. So we are making currently a higher low. And if we look at our CVD from that point in time, we are making a massively lower low. So we do have very, very, very significant CVD divergence going on right now. Whether or not that actually plays out, I do not know. We will have to wait and see. But it is an area to be looking for long positions. We can see that that just changed, it's fine. At the time, yeah, this is flip-flopping around, doesn't matter. Also, if we do look on here, I'd be interested to see if we do have some like hidden bullish divergence or anything on the RSI. We do. So we are making hidden bullish divergence on the RSI. So we are making a lower low on the RSI, the same as what we're doing on the MACD. I'm not the MACD. The MACD. We're not doing that on the MACD. We're doing that on the. um, we are actually doing it on the MACD when you look at it from this low. So we are building hidden bullish divergence on the RSI and the MACD. We do have bullish divergence on the CVD. That's already there. So CVD being leading, we know that's there already. The RSI and the MACD being lagging, that's still maturing. But we do have it on the 1 hour, we do have it on the 4 hour. So there are divergences here. But in order for this to work out, you've got to hold a higher low here. I mean, what was the scenario that I literally said recently? I thought the most likely scenario out of everything that was going on was we were going to form some kind of triangle, some kind of pennant, um, and like that's what we're getting, right? So for me, like I've always thought, like the most likely thing for from what I've been looking at as trading it is you're going to form some kind of just consolidation within this region. Everyone's going to start looking at this probably as like a descending triangle if we do bounce around here. Let me clean this up. So you'll get all your YouTubers. I know I am one, but you'll get all your YouTubers talking about this if we do get a bounce at this point. So maybe we bounce back up to here, we start to do this, and then everyone's going to be like, "Oh my god, we've got this descending triangle that's going to give us this guaranteed movement down from the high to the low. Oh, and we're going to come down all the way down here to 37,500." And then I'll be like, "Cool, yeah, you do that." And then we'll look for this trade instead. So we do have this playing out. What else do we have? But I think for me, it's a bit more like this. So that's more what we're looking at, right? So it's not a descending triangle, it's more of a pennant. Within this area, you can see this as being a whole range. Um, I like the look of that. We are actually at that support as well. Maybe a move back up. Yeah, is reasonable around here. But we could also, we have to be aware we could also come down and take these lows out before we're looking at any kind of reversal off of this. Which is why I am still short. Okay. Anyone? Dun, 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 dun. French Bull, yes. Yeah, yeah. If we don't bounce here, things do potentially start getting very ugly. Um, because you've got like you got away with it last week. With these wicks up at the highs, and then we actually had quite a nice move up afterwards. But if we're like, yeah, if we do, you got to be aware, and this is why I'm still. I think we're nearing a local low like for this day, but we do have to be aware on the macro as well of what's going on here. And there are lower targets, and that's not what you want to see. Like if we close another week around here and we don't get a decent bounce at some point soon, like this stuff is nasty, and it could set up a move like much lower. So yeah, so it is important to keep that, like, put that macro into perspective. Like, yeah, always be aware of what's going on the macro, because the macro essentially does rule everything. Like, you can trade these lower time frames, but if there's something big going on the macro, it's gonna just, whatever your short term bias is, will just get wiped by what the bigger time frame stuff is doing. So yeah. Nero, if this goes any further, I'm booking a room in a mental hospital. Yeah, I should probably do that anyway. Yeah, you got to be pretty mental to trade this price action. But it's fun. I enjoy trading this stuff. Oh, this still looks so weak. Ugh. Getting any local CBD? We're not even getting any local CBD divergence or anything like that. It's just looks awful. Uh, there's a bit of buying. How are some alts looking? Should we have a look at a couple of alts and then I'll probably wrap this up again? Alts look dead. Dead, dead. I'm tired. ETH, local golden pocket, filling in its area of single prints. Actually, yes. So that's filled basically those single prints there. So nice. Ethereum has come into an area of support also. So we do have some of the big players starting to come into some areas of support now, and we are trying to form this like higher low after this big period of like accumulation that we did have. So that's Ethereum. I mean, Litecoin back at the monthly level. Wow. Litecoin is so good to trade. Like, I know people just, it's fun to make fun of Litecoin, but actually, like, technically it is one of the best assets out there to trade, because there's not really anyone that trades it. People just are so fed up of it, but the levels and the high time frame levels on Litecoin are just so well respected. You can just trade ranges like forever on Litecoin. It really is very nice from a technical standpoint. And here again, like, you've got really quite clear invalidations off of this. You don't want to be closing like days below this monthly level, and you can continue to just scalp off of these levels. Link, golden pocket, right? Yeah. Yeah. AVAX. So everything's hitting local golden pockets then, I guess. All the big stuff. So if AVAX is doing the same, where is it? There. You taking that like pivot? Not really. I think to be honest, AVAX is like got 382 here. Yeah, loads of stuff doing the same thing. Dots. Dot back down at its lows. Oh, down we go again. SPX has filled the gap. Or well, the partial gap. So it's hit the top of the wick. I would like to see it come down and hit this second alert here, but we've had that on SPX now. Bitcoin has also taken out its lows. Also, yeah, sorry, I did just see. I went on to Dot before I got asked about Dot. But I'll continue to look at this. I mean, Dot doesn't look great, to be honest. It's well, it does. Like I'd bought Dot back. Like I think what I'd quite like to see is this being a bigger range on here. I don't like that there's all this space here. Like I don't like all of that. For me, I would probably rather see Dot come down and hit this again, and then look for this to be a range, because you're looking at some like, I mean, it doesn't look great. I'd prefer to see it come back down to $16 again. You're at support, like, but the opportunity to bounce is kind of gone now. Maybe if it does hold up here, okay, but I just think there's a lot of stops to take to the downside still. So, yeah, Dot's a tricky one. I think you're close to it being a really nice area to trade, but I don't like this head and shoulders type thing on here, and I don't like all of that space that you're leaving out below. Now at the weekly and range POC. We'll have a look. Why am I so tired? I've got to do Asia session tonight. Okay, this older weekly, yeah. What range POC? You talking about that weekly range, or so we've got our value area low that is here. I guess maybe you were talking the POC from this range. Yeah, okay, cool. I think that's probably what you were meaning. Yeah, okay. It's all support. We're building the divergences. We're doing all of that. Like, you've got bullish divergences unless you take out 41,500. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to wrap it up, I think. I just wanted to come on here as a quick stream. We've got 150 viewers here. So let's just push this to 100 likes. Let's get it over 100 likes again. That would be amazing if everyone could do that. Again, yes, so the Asia session tonight is for Taurus crew. So we are doing the Asia session for crew members tonight. So again, if you would like any information about that, please do go and check out tauruscrypto.com. It is there in the corner of your screen. I can make it really big like this. Whoa, look at that, tauruscrypto.com over my face. So do go check out tauruscrypto.com. It is there. You can have a look at the website. You can find out more information about the crew membership, which is where we do all of our trading rooms, and we do this a lot more seriously than me just talking about it randomly on here. We'll trade it. We'll actually be looking for trades. We'll be doing a proper plan for what the next moves can be. Yeah, that's everything. I'm going to end it there. It's not looking good. It does look very, very heavy right now, but I'm going to go away. I'm going to I'm just sitting this out at this stage. I've taken a couple of scalps. I'm going to sit this out. I'm going to wait to see if it does find some support. With it being this heavy, we have massive bullish CVD divergence coming down here, but I just see this as being too aggressive. We're moving down too fast. So 41,400, very big level for me, and after that we're looking to take out these lows. So I do at this stage think that this bullish divergence will end up failing. I'm not, it's not guaranteed, but I would be surprised to see it hold just because of the speed in which we're going down. So I do think my bias is slightly shifted to more downside, and then I am setting these two alerts here. So as we hit any of these alerts, that's when I become interested in the chart again. I am just purely not interested in trading this little section anymore. We have come through all of the levels that I did want to scalp. If we were to get a significant change of market structure, and at that point even just a local change of market structure might be enough just to get me interested a little bit again. So if we do come back up and we take out like 42,200, then I might look again for that weekly open and for this to be this trident pattern. So you can see lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. You make a higher high, you could come in here, make a higher low, and then you could trade that back up towards your daily level. So then we would have that trident formation, which is basically like you want to see downtrend, you want to see liquidity grab, you want to see change of market structure, then you want to come into your reference level and you want to take a long here, which is what we did do here. We took this long yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. This week is moving so fast. We got this long yesterday during the New York session that we did on the trading room again. So same kind of scenario, right? You were in this downtrend, had that change of market structure, came in, and then we had a really nice move up from there. So yeah, that for me would be what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for either that change of market structure now, or I am waiting for these lows to get taken or these lows to get taken. As my alerts hit, that will then inform me of my next trade. Altcoins I'm not really looking at still. I'll look at them again when they become interesting. And finally, SPX is still looking to come down here. So also, I will be alerted when SPX fills the gap, which I think is quite likely. And at that point, I do think we'll probably be able to find a low on Bitcoin. It's just correlation. It's very, very simple. So that's the plan. That is the plan for the rest of the day for me. Watch the SPX, wait for my alerts to get hit, and then I'll trade accordingly. Cool. All right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Try not to lose money during this downtrend, and yeah, I'll catch you all later. Crew, Asia trading room tonight, 11:30. We will do the daily open. We will get a plan for the Asia session, and I will see you